Hi, welcome to the Bench Movie Club. I'm Charlie.
My name's Ben.
And in this episode, we are talking about the 1995 movie ID, directed by Phil Davis.
Phil Davis.
Yeah.
Is that from Grown Ups?
Yeah.
Oh, he actually directed it. I
directed
know he's
it.
in it, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got a small part. He's
Yeah.
a very small part in it because obviously he was too busy.
I didn't know he directed.
Yeah. He directed also, there was a series, Real Women, which he directed. Had like Pauline Quirk in it and
I
stuff.
don't know that. No.
And also Hold Back the Night.
But he's been in so many films, isn't he, as an actor? He's in loads of stuff. I don't think I've seen an actor who's in more things than he is. He's in
loads of stuff, yeah.
So much, but he's continuous. He's like ever since.
He's got a lot of work.
Like the 70s, he's always been working.
He's got a good agent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I've not been well. I think I've had a cold come on today or something.
Okay.
Right.
Well, don't give it to me.
As a happy coincidence, right, you know when this film was released? 5th of May, 1995.
Okay.
Today's the 5th of May, 2025. So it's 30 years ago today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, it's funny as well, because I was watching this with Joe the other night, and I said it was the 90s, and he said it feels like the 70s, watching it. It's got a very 70s feel to it, or an 80s feel to it.
Well, it's apparently it's set in 1988.
Oh, right.
But I didn't realise that until I was looking into it. I thought, oh, okay, that makes a bit of sense because some of it looks a little bit like it's.
If I didn't know, I'd say, oh, this is an 80s film.
Yeah, well, it was set 80s,
like early 80s, I'd say, about 82, 83. I'd think it was.
Oh no, it's meant to be late 80s, and they mentioned the date at one point anyway, because when they're looking into the three big crooks who they're thinking it's one of them is the ringleader, we want you to find out which one it is. Then they mention the dates of these incidents.
Right, okay.
You know, saying it's all 88. The film follows John, who's a undercover detective, and his group as they infiltrate a football gang of hooligans in East London, and gradually over time he starts enjoying that lifestyle and ends up becoming a bit of a yob. And he sort of falls away from the police. He ends up cheating on his wife, all stuff like that. But it's I enjoy this film a lot because it was one from the 90s that at my school we used to watch a lot. You know, like everyone in school knew it, and it was very quotable. Like some of the people in it and the characters, they stand out. It's sort of typical. It's a quintessentially British film, you know, and it's stacked with actors from TV and film.
Yeah, loads.
Yeah,
Loads
right. That's what I was asking you. Who did you spot?
Right, well, there's Philip Glenister, obviously from Ashes to Ashes, Life on Mars, you know,
Yeah.
It had Billy Mitchell from EastEnders in it.
Yeah, Perry Fenwick.
It had
From Party.
the other bloke, I recognise him. You know, the other copper. Well, I can't think what I see him in. I know his face. I've seen him in stuff.
Richard Graham.
Is that his name? Richard
He's
Graham.
who plays Trevor. He's in Titanic.
He's in Titanic.
Vera Drake. He's in loads of. He's
Yeah,
one of those actors.
I think I've seen. There's something I've seen him in, but I know I recognise his face. And there's the woman behind the bar.
He was very quickly. He was also in EastEnders as well.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
The woman behind the bar, was she in EastEnders? Was she that Simon Rose's mum? You know, like she was like this. Looks a bit skagheady in it.
Oh no, I don't think she was.
Wasn't she?
Saskia
Like she was
Reeves.
skinny-ish, wasn't she, in it? And I thought, is that her? Is that the same actress?
Have you seen Slow Horses?
Yeah.
She's the old woman in Slow Horses. No, Gary Oldman. He's got that old woman who's dithering about in the office. That's her.
Blimey.
Don't she look old compared to? I showed Mum when I was watching the film. I went, Mum, look, who's that? And she was like, no idea. I said, that's out of Slow Horses, and Mum loves Slow Horses. She went, oh my God, she looks so different. I know it's 30 years, but still, she looks completely different.
All of us. I recognise the wives. There was her out of East. It was in EastEnders, the curly-haired woman, Joe Wicks's mum.
Yes, that
Lorraine.
was.
And was there? Who was the other wife? Oh, no, I didn't recognise the other wife.
That was Lorraine. That was Jacqueline Leonard. She was also in Corrie for a while. Was Linda Hancock from 2015 to 2024.
Who else I recognise? obviously Phil Davis, he's in it for
Yeah.
one scene. Recognise him in that. There is Wurzel Gummidge's son. What is it?
Yeah.
Sean Pertwee.
Sean Pertwee.
Yeah, he's in it. Pertwee.
From Love, Honour and Obey, Dog Soldiers.
And was the bloke with the teeth, who's like the sort of a little bit simple one? He's
Gumbo.
He's is he the one who's in the Catherine Tate with the sketches? And he was also in EastEnders. He played that Libby's dad.
Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Right.
No, Bill. I swear, Bill.
No, because he's also in Catherine Tate. He's going, oh, you never guess what? You never guess what? And that one. He done that
Lee
with her.
Ross.
Oh, right.
Lee
okay.
Ross, yeah.
Because I didn't realise. I looked up, is he really got no teeth?
Yeah.
Probably
No,
is.
obviously, no, he has got a teeth.
Yeah.
But this was the first thing I see him in, and you think, I thought he'd
Yeah,
great.
he done a good job in it. He done, because as I say, like, you wouldn't put him as the same character as
like
he
Owen in
plays.
EastEnders,
Yeah.
where he's a scumbag.
Or in the Catherine Tate show.
Mm.
Who else did I recognise in it? So many faces. It's like the who's who of you know, like people that you think, I know you from so many things, but I don't know your name from what I know you from, because you're in so many little bits, but you've never been like an established name, but you are well known because you go, I know you from somewhere. I know you from this, like the Bill and EastEnders and this, like, you know, they're in loads of stuff.
Do you recognise the main bloke, Reece Dinsdale?
Yeah, was he? He was
in Emmerdale. Paul Ashdale, I think.
That's it, yeah. But I also remember him years ago. I think he was in a sitcom. It was a comedy, and I think he was the teenage son, and there was the dad, and it was it was in the 80s, I think, and it was about, I think, him living with his dad or something, or his granddad or something like that. It was like there was so many sitcoms in the 80s and stuff like that sort of didn't carry through.
You had him, Warren Clark.
There's Warren Clark.
The
older mate, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I recognised the other bloke,
Pasco.
who was in also, what's his name? Who's also in EastEnders? The Branning brother that got killed. He's like a proper robber. He's in Lock, Stock and all that.
Jamie Foreman.
Jamie Foreman.
Layer Cake. He's Derek Brennan.
That's it. Yeah, I recognised him. Who else I recognise? Who was the wife? His wife, I think I recognise her from Sweet. I think I recognise her from Life is Sweet, Mike Lee play, where she plays.
I don't know. She was in Bridget Jones's Diary. She plays Magda, and she was also in Sleepy Hollow.
Right, I've got a feeling she's in Life is Sweet. She was like, I think she's one of the sisters. There's Jane Horrocks was one, and there was her was the other. I think is her.
Right. Well, you also had that Charlie Diath, who was the tall, blonde, floppy hair one. He played Daniel Dean in Emmerdale and D.S. Craig Pike in EastEnders.
Yeah. So they've all been in Bill, EastEnders, Emmerdale. Yeah. They've all been like things like that.
Well, I counted. There's actually 22 actors in this who've been in EastEnders.
22 actors. Bloody hell.
You got that Steve Sweeney. No, from Lock, Stock and Neil by Man.
Who reminds us of someone.
Yeah, I can't think of it, but he's him. He was in EastEnders, Snip Gibbons in 93.
He's like right ratty, isn't he? And I don't think I know him from his Lock, Stock, but I see him in this and I thought, oh, here he is again.
Did you notice in the crowd, Anthony Truman?
Yeah.
Nicholas
Cat Slater, I recognised him.
Nick Bartlett, who played David Daly. He was in EastEnders. David Shaw. No one's got the three blokes, and you've got the three ones that got their eye on. You've got the fat one who's like got a Stanley knife. He plays Jay's dad in The In-Betweeners. You see, and he was in EastEnders recently, or one of the old ones. He was Croneface's landlord. You know her landlord, and she ends up chucking him out in the street in his pants. Got a fat belly.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in like hundreds of things. I know him. Well, I don't know him, but whenever he used to come on Telly Carol, I went, "Oh, that's so and so's mate." Like she knew him through someone. I don't know. Yeah. Alan Cook, who played Minton Mimbula, who turned out to be the big boss. He was in EastEnders as well. Peter Blythe, who played Dak Evans, was Mr. Cartwright in Only Fools and Horses, Sleepless in Peckham.
Mr. Cartwright?
Yeah.
Sleepless in Peckham, that's the one where he's going with the dentist assistant nurse. Oh no, that's Fatal Extraction. Slips in Peckham. Which one's that?
I thought you'd know.
I do know.
I'll come back to that anyway. Ian Redford, who plays D.I. Schofield. He was Ken Rayner in EastEnders. He was also in Only Fools and Horses. Chance of a Lunchtime. He played Adrian. Adrian in Chance of a Lunchtime.
Oh, is he the one who plays the gay bloke? Is that the gay bloke?
Yeah, maybe. It's the episode where they played the national anthem on the
Chance for Lunchtime is the one, yeah, when he's and Rodney sees him talking to Raquel's friend, and he's Rodney's looking and going, who's he having a drink with? Like the gay bloke who's been all flamboyant and all that. And Dom's going, it's not with me.
Also, when you said Jamie Foreman at the beginning, the one who was in EastEnders, did you recognise the other bloke who was next to him?
Probably, I can't remember.
That was Mark Burdis, who was in Love, Honour and Obey. And Operation Good Guys.
Yeah. I recognised, from Love Honour. There was a couple from Love, Honour and Obey, weren't there? I think in this.
He was also in Only Fools and Horses, the Hollenbach.
Okay.
But, quite a few of them.
There's a load of faces that I recognise that I don't know their names, but
Giuseppe in the restaurant, when they have him and his wife own a restaurant, he was in Only Fools and Horses Chain Gang.
I know Chain Gang.
He played Mario in Chain Gang.
Who's Mario?
I don't know.
One of the sons?
Maybe.
Who come in and they do like that con, don't they, where he pretends to have the heart attack.
Yeah.
And then the two sons take him out.
He was Giuseppe.
Or Mario, there might have been someone else in it, I can't think.
Yeah. Did you notice who played Moira? Cindy O'Callaghan.
Moira?
Yeah, in this film, Moira.
Who's Moira?
She's one of the wives. No, when it's got all the coppers in the restaurant.
Yeah.
You got Moira as one of them.
Whose wife is she? Billy Phoenix? Who's Phoenix's wife?
Yeah, I think so. But
right.
Cindy O'Callaghan. She was Carrie in Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Oh no, I think that might be the other wife then.
Well, the other wife was Michelle Winstanley, who's Steph in this. She played Christine in Party Party.
I'm getting confused now. I know Party Party. Who's Christine in Party Party?
I think she's the one who...
I think that might be Billy Phoenix's wife. You know, I was top on, top off. Is that her? Is that Christine? Who's Christine in Party Party?
Is it the...
I reckon it might be her.
Yeah.
You know the one that says top on, top off? And she looks like that. You know, if you see the wife, she's got short hair, isn't she?
Yeah.
So she might be the one that's Billy Phoenix, Perry Phoenix's wife in it.
Well, Eric Allen played Marie's dad. He was in EastEnders back in '89. Corrie played Les Fox in '77. Jean Warren, who is Marie's mum, she was in Only Fools and Horses. She was in Dates. She played Sonia the prostitute in Dates episode.
Oh, okay, I remember her.
Yeah.
And who's that?
She's the girl's mum in it. You know, at the end.
Oh, at the end. Is that her?
Yeah.
Okay. He goes, I'll shove them flowers right up yours. She goes, that'll cost you extra. Because you hear the train on, didn't you? Yeah, I remember that date. Yeah, I remember that. It's a long plat.
Do you remember when they first go into a pub trying to infiltrate Shadwell?
Yeah.
And they come, you Shadwell then? Who's this? And they're asking him questions. Yeah. That bloke's in a lot of things. Michael Brogan. He was actually, he played Vic in EastEnders back in '88. He was the very first person on that show with HIV. He was the prisoner who had HIV in it.
Okay.
You remember like Dennon was in prison and stuff like that. It's old, obviously. Even though we've watched it fairly recently, it's hard to...
I can't remember that.
Yeah. Paul Brennan, who played Bald, he was D.I. Price in EastEnders from 2003.
They're all bloody in EastEnders, isn't they?
I told you 22 of them. He was also in Alien 3. Thomas Craig, who played Ginger, he was in Where the Heart Is. Do you remember?
I never watched Where the Heart Is.
No, but he's in those other things as well. He was Tommy Harris in Coronation Street from 2002.
Ginger bloke.
Yeah. You know when they're going to have a fight in the market, it's just him and Sean Pertwee standing, and you've got the ginger bloke at the very
that's
front.
him. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then lastly, Shirley King, who was a lady on the bus. She was Grace Roberts in EastEnders.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah, well, there's a lot of famous people.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's you say famous. It's
a
also
lot of famous names, a lot of famous faces.
Yeah, faces. I'd say it's the faces. It's like you reckon, who's that from?
Yeah,
and that's where they're all from.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
But you hadn't seen this.
I haven't seen this film for probably not long after it came. I did have this on DVD years ago, probably in the 90s, yeah.
Well, we had it on VHS. I know we had it on VHS because I remember taping it off of BBC because it's a BBC film, isn't it?
But I've always liked it, but
Yeah.
it's always hard to find because of the name. I don't think it was given the right name.
No.
ID, it's like,
Well,
if
I
you're
don't
typing it in, it's a good name. Yeah, it's okay, but
It's okay name
to
for the
find
time.
to find it, no, it's
No.
a hard.
Well, obviously they couldn't preempt how the future would be with streaming and trying to find things on streaming. It's like there's a film called M, and that's all it's called is M.
But then it will come up with anything that begins with M.
Exactly, but it's a classic black and white sort of. I think it's Peter Lorre. He's a child killer being chased around.
They've got a finger head,
and
things like that.
And think ahead from like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
No, but this is the thing. You think, how am I going to find that film?
Nah.
And like you said, with ID, it's lucky I had it on DVD from years ago anyway. Although I have managed to find it anyway.
I think when I tried to download it once, I was looking for it. It just wouldn't come up. I was done ID and capitals and I.D, then I.D. I don't know. I tried so many different ways, and it's so hard to find because of the silly name. Yeah. But it's a really good film, though. It's a good film.
Yeah, no, I really like this film because and I like all of the portrayals. I think they're all good actors. They're all solid. You know, there's none of them you
unbelievable.
Think... Yeah, there's none of them you think...
And it reminds you, you forget exactly that there was scummy, like, you know, we think it's all scummy now, but then there's been there's lots of scumminess that's been around beforehand. Yeah. It's just packaged in a different way now. Yeah. You know, we draw attention to other things, but it's still...
But what I like about this one, because there was a spate of football hooligan films. I think this one is by far the best out of all of them. All the ones since then, there's like Football Factory with Danny Dyer, and there's Green Street with that Charlie Hunnam.
Couldn't do Green Street was right. What turned me off of that straight away?
Stand and fight.
It's the fact that his accent straight away. I mean, I can't get on board with this because his accent was so bad.
No, but see, this is what gets on my nerves sometimes about Danny Dyer ones, because I think Danny Dyer's accent is so over the top.
Yeah,
people think. Like, people might see this film and go, well, they're not doing East London accents properly. No, that's how people actually talk. Yeah. It's like how we talk. We're not out... No, I mean, that's how we talk, mate. Because I think people like that...
But Danny Dyer, I think, is also because that's his brand. And I think he plays on it because of his brand. I think it's come stronger as he's got older and more...
Because that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah, of course, and he plays on it.
Yeah. See, the thing about Danny Dyer...
Because that's him, isn't it? That's his character.
But see, the very first thing I saw him in was that Human Traffic. Yeah. And I thought he was really good at it.
Yeah, it was good in that.
He was really funny in it, and he was good, and he was sort of making fun of himself. As an actor, he should have then tried to stretch himself. He should have done things outside of his comfort zone.
Yeah, he's always played the same character.
He's just like...
I like Danny Dyer. I like him.
I've got a problem with him.
I think he's all right, but I do find it that a lot of the films he chooses are not that great. He's done a couple of good films. And
it's like a theatrical Cockney. This is what I'm saying. It's like over the top. Whereas what I like about this... They all talk normal for that East London sort of accent thing, you know. Probably a few of them aren't from around there, but you believe it. You watch it and you think...
It can make or break something. If someone is not believable, you think... if you're from that region and, you know, you go, people wouldn't talk like that. Like, as I say, like Green Street, straight away, I think the story was quite good and it was quite a good film, but I could not take it seriously because the accent of the bloke, I thought it's like someone taking the piss out of a Cockney accent. Yeah. It's like
Dick Van Dyke type of thing.
Well, Dick Van Dyke wasn't bad actually compared to. I don't think
he's better than Charlie Hunnam.
People slags off Dick Van Dyke. I don't think Dick Van Dyke done that bad a job. He was a caricature, but he wasn't. He wasn't like, oh my god, how ridiculous is that? It
suits the film. Yeah. If he was doing that in like a film like this, if he's like, all right, I'm going to go to Shadwell, Mary Poppins. You'd think, oh, this is terrible. But for Mary Poppins, it's fine because it is meant to be over the top.
I never had a problem with his accent. I thought it was all right.
But no, that Green Street
just turned me off of it. So you can't so it ruins the film for me. Yeah. You know, a lot of other people go, oh, isn't it really good? They go, yeah, but if you're from that, if you straight away that turns you off of something. If you can't take it seriously because of the accent, and you think, no, that's not the way you talk in the way we was brought up.
And the other thing I like about this is it actually got a story, because all those other football hooligans ones is literally about them being football hooligans. That's it.
I think it does go. I mean, to be true, if we're watching it, it seems to be very like it sort of repeats itself quite a lot. It could have been a bit faster paced. It seems like it's doing the same thing. It's like you could come back in 10 minutes later and it's still building up to the story. It's like there's nothing, you know. It's
possibly,
good,
but I think that's what makes it more believable. His slow transition into being a thug, and what I like is physically he changes. His hair changes. Everything about him sort of changes over time because it's meant to be over a long period of time. It's not just happened.
Yeah.
And if I think,
which obviously that would have probably been filmed first because him and that Philip Glenister got long hair at the end. They probably would have had long hair when it started shooting, and they cut their hair shorter for the earlier scenes. I would have thought.
Well, it's all based on true events that inspired the movie. They're chronicled in the 2013 book "Running with the Firm," written by former undercover detective James Bannon. I think it was meant to be with. I mean, the Shadwell's based on Millwall.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be
that.
But his actual investigation was with the Intercity firm, the West Ham gangs.
Right.
So that's what it's supposed to be a rivalry. Like when it's got their rival gangs, that's what it's supposed to be. It's like West Ham and Millwall and stuff. You know, I think as a fictional team, it's totally believable. It's good that it's picked an actual East London area, which is those are scumbags.
Oh, it's believable, and I remember like that's not so far fetched. A lot of that kind of stuff I remember happening. You know, things like that, and it sort of takes you back, and you think, oh, you know, like you like to look back at the world and think with like rose tinted glasses and go, oh, it was so amazing in the 80s and the 90s and all this. Yeah, it was fantastic, but then I think you paint out the certain bits that wasn't. And then you look at things like this and you think, oh yeah, I remember things like that. I remember that.
Mary.
So there's always something. We've always got something that we go, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that in society. I don't like this in society. And there was that happening at that time that you know, it's just
Rita Sue and Bob 2. I was going to say Mary Sue and Bob 2.
Rita Sue and Bob 2.
Rita Sue and Bob 2. That was like a good snapshot to show how crap the past can be. You know, and aspects of this, like you said, you'd watch it and go, God, things were grimy back then, you know, and people...
There was scummy people.
There was scummy people. But what I like as well, it doesn't make them theatrical scummy.
No.
Like, because everyone in that gang, like the Sean Pertwee character and all the other ones, they seem like nice people, but they're like thugs as well. Yeah, they're nice if they know that.
It's the environment they've been brought up in.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of... We see people who are products of their environment. Like, we've grown up in a big East End family, and we've seen things over the years with people just I think acting up to their environment a lot of the time. And
I think those of it's from their own insecurities. Yeah. They, you know, like in this film, for example, you know, like the bit where they, which I thought was quite, they had that big argument in the pub when they're saying, you're coppers, and you think they're going to get him, and afterwards he has to go out and say, oh, I'm sorry, mate, you know what I mean? Sorry. You know, it's believable.
It's quite believable, yeah.
There was a sequel called ID 2, Shadwell Army, but by all accounts it's pants.
Yeah, I've never.
Yeah, it's got some of the people come back into it, like I think Perry Fenwick's in it as well, and Gumbo comes back. Probably no teeth by then. And you can actually get Shadwell football shirts. I'm wearing a football shirt today, but not Shadwell Army. This is a Uruguay one. I thought I'd put on a football shirt. But yeah, even though it's a fictional team, you can actually buy their football shirts.
Okay. Well, there's this fact here which we know, which is Shadwell actually exists and can be reached by the London DLR network, but we know that because Shadwell is... I think my dad lived Shadwell when he was younger.
Was it?
I'm sure.
I remember coming out of Shadwell quite a lot. It was when I was a kid. I used to hang out around there, and it was.
It's got really trendy now, but it wasn't it wasn't years ago.
Shadwell was one of the. There's certain stops around East London where you know not to take your wallet out, and that was one of the ones. It was like if you're coming out of Shadwell Station, you got to know where you're going and just head straight there.
Shadwell Basins, I remember that Shadwell Basin.
Vincent O'Connell became so immersed in writing, he began acting out, starting fights in pubs, and at times questioning why he was acting out. Bit of a dickhead. What are you looking at? I'm writing a script.
Yeah, Shadwell FC is actually based on Millwall FC. Shadwell's nickname is the Dogs and Their Ground, and it's called the Kennel. Millwall's nickname is the Lions, and their ground is called the Den. West Ham's nickname is the Hammers, which we know that.
Yeah. The filming for this, though, actually took part across London, but also in Yorkshire. And Rotherham's stadium, Millmore, was used for the Shadwell Stadium. And I think that was because where it's set in the 80s, they wanted it not as developed by then. You got to think when this was shot in 95, London was right in the heart of development. So you had Canary Wharf popping up and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The plot of the film is loosely based on Operation Full Time, a Scotland Yard undercover operation which attempted to identify the leaders of West Ham United FC's firm, the inner city firm.
Yeah.
However, none of the real life officers suffered John's fate in this film.
No.
But that's quite a good little twist in it, because you can sort of see, you can see where it's going to end up.
You can see the appeal to him as well, because you got to think he's got a good life with his wife and everything, and they're thinking, oh yeah, this is a nice cosy thing. But now he's having fun. He's getting to be like a pig. He's getting to be and also he's got the barmaids fancying him, and you can see he's thinking, oh God, she fancies me. And really, she's the only reason they don't get found out at the beginning, isn't it? Because she says he can't see anything. I'm the one who points him out. It's only because
she knew all along. She said,
yeah, it's only because she fancied that John that she didn't sort of dob him in. So she probably beats herself up about it.
It's a good film though. It's good. It is a good film. It's a film that
and it's
a
dark,
proper old British film, isn't it?
And also it's an ambiguous ending, because obviously he's gone off the rails, and you're not
spoiler alert.
Well, yeah, the whole thing. But John's gone off the rails, and obviously the thing's been closed down. So then they shut down the Rock, which is the pub, which is actually the Rising Sun on Old Jamaica Road in Bermondsey. And then obviously that's it. He's got no hope getting back in there. And then you think, then all of a sudden that other
he
copper
starts losing it.
That other copper, but then there's got the very end bit. That other copper sees him at a Nazi
and
rally.
he's got a skinhead, and he's got tattoos and all that.
And you think, oh no, he's
gone on the other side.
He's gone on the other side. But then when he goes up to him, he goes, "Shut up, I'm undercover." So you think, oh okay, so he's undercover. But
so he's not.
But this is the thing, it's ambiguous, because you think, oh, okay, he's undercover. But then when he's standing there, going like, see, how, he stands still while everyone else goes away, and you've got that eerie music playing. So it's like, it's up to interpretation. You can either believe that he has regained himself and he's just going undercover again because he's really good at it, because of the football thing, he's going undercover with the Nazis, or he just lied to that copper because he's a lost person, because he's lost his wife. He's lost,
because you see him like sprinkling coke on his cereals, on his cornflakes, and he smashes his house up, and then he obviously splits up with his wife, and he's gone too far with it all, hasn't he?
It's the same way he pretty much rapes his wife as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so he changes throughout the film. Yeah, it's a good film though. It's a good film. So what makes you think of this one? I forgot all about this film.
Well, that's mainly why. It's because it's one of those films which I feel doesn't get sort of the light. It's a big cult following to it. People who know this film, they quote it a lot. It pops up a lot on TikTok.
I think people might have seen it and they go, "Oh, what's that film called?" And I think they just won't find it because of the name as well. I think that might hold it back. But obviously, retrospect.
Well, also, I just want to, before you say what the IMDb rating is, I'm going to compare it with the other football hooligan films. So obviously, you got Football Factory is 6.7 on IMDb, which, I don't rate Football Factory that much. I'm to be honest with you, there's not many of them I do like. No. Green Street, I can't stand in yet. That's 7.4 on IMDb. Cass 6.4. There's The Firm. Have you ever seen The Firm with Gary Oldman?
I think I have.
It's quite a short feature length film, but it's got a bit in it where it's got Phil Davis in it as well, and there's a bit where they're arguing in the pub, and Gary Oldman's two right hand men is Jim McDonald and Phil Mitchell, both standing on his shoulder. But obviously it's before they done Corrie and EastEnders, and they're like looking really fuggy. That was really.
I think I've seen it. It rings a bell. It's one of Gary Oldman's early films, isn't it?
Yeah. It was from '89, and it was.
He done really well, didn't he? I wonder how he broke through to America, because there's a lot of actors. He's a really good actor. He's a fantastic actor. But what made him stand out to break through in Hollywood?
Well, there was loads of films. He worked his way into Hollywood because he had a small part in JFK, where he played Lee Harvey Oswald, but he looks exactly like him. You think he looks like Gary Oldman, but he looks exactly like Lee Harvey Oswald. It's only a small part.
Oh, he's a fantastic character.
Spoiler alert for JFK and history. Lee Harvey Oswald got shot on the way to his trial, didn't he? It's like a famous thing, and it's an Oliver Stone film. So obviously, then straight away people go, "Who is that guy who played that small part?" Because he looked right like him. Then of course he done.
He's been in the right place at the right time. Yeah. So he done Leon. I think that was the first thing I ever seen him.
No, I'll tell you what. The first leading big thing he done would have been Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Was that before Leon?
Yeah. That was.
Oh, was it?
And
Oh, that was it's Dracula. Yeah, that would definitely
I
would have
think
been
that
his
was
first.
about 92, 93.
And then probably going from playing Dracula to playing that bloke in Leon, then you sort of see exactly how fantastic he is as an actor.
Also, in True Romance, he plays Drexel, but he's unrecognisable. And
Yeah,
that's,
he's good, and he was in Friends as well. He sort of does everything.
Friends.
No, but I'm saying he does comedy, he does like dark, he does horror, he does.
He was in a film with
real characters.
He was in a film with Sean Penn and Ed Harris. And I can't.
Did he play Winston Churchill or something? Didn't he as well?
That was more recently. Yeah. Finally won his Oscar. He played Beethoven.
Yeah,
he played. Sid and Nancy was quite a big one for him in the 80s.
Yeah, I don't think I might have seen that. I probably have seen it, but I can't.
But he looks like Sid Vicious.
He's fantastic because he looks so different in all these films. He is a different character in each of his films. He's a brilliant actor.
But it's like there's YouTube videos which has got all the actors you can possibly think of. You know, you name an actor and they're in this video. You know, you have like people like Tom Hardy and whatever else, and there's sitting there going, I'll tell you who my favourite actor is, Gary Oldman. I love Gary.
He's got a lot of respect.
He's the one that all the other actors watch.
Yeah.
Go, wow,
he's brilliant. He's
completely different. And yet he seems like quite a down-to-earth person.
Yeah.
You know? That the Firm was remade in 2009 and that one only got... Oh, that old 89 one got 7.2. The Firm from 2009 got 5.8. There's Rise of the Foot Soldiers 6.7. And the ID is...
IMDb, it got 7.3 out of 10.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
And the Rotten Tomatoes for this film, nothing from the critics because was it straight to DVD or video?
It might have been straight to BBC because it's a BBC film. It might have shown it straight on.
But the audience give it 81%.
That's good.
So
that's a solid thing.
It's light. I could not find any information about the budget. I could not find how much it cost to make or how much it made.
No, but this is the thing. If it was a BBC, because you know, obviously BBC make their own films.
It's like when we looked for Abigail's Party or Grown Ups or Nuts in May. It's like because they're. It's just I don't know where you find the information about the finances for any of them.
No, but it's. I do think.
I don't think it cost. It wouldn't have cost a lot in '95.
Even if it costed a couple of million, it would have been something the BBC they put a budget aside for making their own original products anyway. Obviously,
it looks more like to me like you'd imagine it would be like a Channel 4. It's got more of a Channel 4 film, Channel 4 film.
Yeah,
it's sort of that's the type of film that I would have thought that it would have been more set to their sort of genre.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. If it had been a film 4, more people would have known about it. Because film 4, obviously, with their films like Shadow Grave, Trainspotting and stuff, they put them in the cinema.
Yeah.
And they try and put them around the world. Obviously, they obviously would have thought.
It's just very big film at the time. I remember everyone sort of knew it years ago. I don't think it's a lot of people know of it now, apart from if it's like cult followings, the people that grew up with it, like ourselves, who have shown it to people. It has got a cult following, but it's a really good film though. It's sort of held up quite well.
And as I said, it's one of those things we. Some of us quote all the time, like certain people in school.
Yeah.
They go like.
It's a very good film.
Gumbo in particular, people doing like impressions of him and stuff, or so go. Where's your tools at, Gumbo? Where's your tools at? And then all the chants they go, Shadwell, we are the boss. You think it sounds like realistic. It feels like. It's written by people who actually know. It's not written by an outsider who's guessing what East London's like or what the football hooligan lifestyle's like.
Yeah.
And I like that it's not over the top, like as if, look at this big muscly bloke, because they're pretty much normal blokes, and that's what most of them would look like.
Yeah.
But they're just scum.
Yeah.
They want to fight, they want to hurt other people, and they revel off of hurting other people.
Yeah. That's a good film though, really good film. I'd say I completely forgot about it really. It's a film that I think because of the name, I think
it's hard to find.
Yeah, and I don't remember it because of the name.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good film though.
I think this is the thing. I do think it's a great name, but I do think it's unfortunate because of how people find films nowadays. Because you look online, whereas you used to be able to go into like HMV, just go to there it is. That's how I got the DVD. So I've gone into HMV and bought it.
Yeah, very
good. Yeah, so what have you picked for next week?
Right, I'd like us to do... Okay, next week we'll do music and lyrics.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
No.
And that's with Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, I know
a rom-com.
I know of it.
Like music and lyrics, yeah, we'll do that. It's nice,
Okay,
easy,
yeah,
it's
okay.
something different.
Cleanse your palate with
Something else.
Yeah.
I was going to do an old black and white film, but I think I'll do that for the one after. I'm
Yeah.
going to do some old black and whites. Also some horrors. I want to do some more horrors.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
next week we'll do music and lyrics.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for watching if you got through it. And please like, subscribe and share.
Share. And we will see you next week with music and lyrics. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Stick your head in the bucket of pig's swill. Well, where's me wages then, you scruffy old miser?